welcome to Something Witchy, a Sabrina the Teenage Witch rewatch podcast. I'm Lara Cotter.
And I'm Skye Orchard.
This is our season 2/holiday break episodes. So we will not be reviewing Sabrina. You're not going to get season 3 until 2026. So just hold your pants on.
Hold your pants on?
I don't know. It's been a couple weeks, I think, that this will air, that we talked about gifts we've gotten for our moms. And I told the story about the telephone earrings.
Yes.
Well, I was at my mom's house this last week for Thanksgiving. And I was like, hey, where are the telephone earrings I got you? And I start looking through her jewelry box. I'm like, they're not in your jewelry box. And she's like, what do you mean they're not there? And I'm telling this story, assuming my mother doesn't listen to the podcast. However, today she informed me she listened to our Thanksgiving episode. So hi, Mom, if you're listening to this one. And I was like, they're not in your jewelry box. So she starts looking through another drawer, and her and my dad, they have this square, nightstand height gold chest in their room. And she's like, I wonder if they're in there, but I wasn't feeling ambitious enough to take the stuff off and dig through that box of stuff. And I got really mad at her. And she was like, I may have gotten rid of them. And I was like, how am I burying you in them if you got rid of them, mother? So then I spent 30 minutes on Google trying to remember what these things looked exactly like. And I'm buying her some for Christmas.
Love it. I did remember to ask my mom about the adipose.
Yeah.
To her credit, she spent a long time trying to trace the path of where it would have gone, because she's like, well, it would have ended up then in my locker at labor and delivery, but then I would have taken it to this office space and then this office space, and then finally she was like, I think it actually melted, which, considering it's a little squishy adipose, is actually pretty fitting there. So cannot
fault. Both of our mothers have failed us.
I call mine less of a fail.
Okay, so we're going to be talking about The Merry Gentleman in this episode because it's a Netflix Christmas movie that Beth Broderick starred in that came out last year. So our question has to do with Christmas movies. Today was the first day that it snowed in Utah, and every year on the day of the first snow, I watch White Christmas. And then every Christmas Eve, when I'm usually doing last minute gift wrapping because I never plan ahead of time, I watch Muppets Christmas Carol. So those are the two movies I watch every year. And I was wondering, Skye, are there any Christmas movies that you watch every holiday season?
There are not.
Shocking.
I know, truly. However, for the longest time, and maybe I should pick it back up, I used to, during the Christmas season, read A Tale of Two Cities, because nothing says Christmas cheer like the French Revolution and beheading people.
Did we not discuss this, or did we just discuss this personally? Because I feel like
oh, did we?
Because I think I talked about I listened to the audiobook version of Christmas Carol with Keith Morrison as the narrator. Keith Morrison from Dateline.
I don't think I've heard this.
It's a weird twist on Christmas Carol. maybe we did it. Maybe I swear I remember you talking about Tale of Two Cities.
I mean, it's my favorite Dickens book, so there's many contexts.
Maybe that's what we talked about. Okay. Well, you know what? Read it again this year. Put on a Santa hat and read Tale of Two Cities.
I will not put on a Santa hat.
Reindeer antlers?
Nah. There was one of the Krampus movies that came out a while ago was really good.
I don't think I've seen any of those.
I don't think you'd be a Krampus fan.
Oh, okay. Should we get into our movie episode?
Yes, let's have a merry time with some gentlemen.
So as I said, this is the Netflix movie, The Merry Gentleman. The tagline for it is, a little sizzle could save the season. And the Netflix description is, to save her parents' small town nightclub, a Broadway dancer stages an all-male Christmas-themed revue and meets a guy with all the right moves.
Oh my gosh.
It originally aired November 20th, 2024. It's directed by Peter Sullivan. Some of the other things he directed are Silent Night, Fatal Night.
Okay.
Which is on my to-watch list now. The Road Home for Christmas, Cabin Pressure, and A Christmas Murder Mystery. We have 3 writers. Jeffrey Shank wrote for Make or Bake Christmas, Fatal Fixer Upper, which I did not know there was horror / HDTV, but amazing. And then A Royal Christmas on Ice. Peter Sullivan, who also wrote for The Life I Can't Remember, Sister Wife Murderer, and Lust, Lies, and Polygamy. And lastly, Marla Sokoloff, who I'm going to talk about her acting credits in a bit, but for writing credits, the only other one she has is Sweet on You.
This really just further proves the line between Lifetime and Hallmark-esque genres.
Oh,
It's very thin.
We're going to go down this rabbit hole next episode because I think these are the Christmas movies I may actually love, is when that line gets real blurred. So we have a long list of actors. I didn't include anybody who didn't have a name in the cast list, and it's still a lot. So I'm going to try and do this quickly. First, our star is Britt Robertson as Ashley from Tomorrowland, The First Time, Ask Me Anything, The Longest Ride, and Under the Dome. Next, we have the one and only Chad Michael Murray as Luke from One Tree Hill, A Cinderella Story, Freaky Friday, Freakier Friday, Dawson's Creek, and Gilmore Girls. We have Marla Sokoloff as Marie from The Practice, Dude, Where's My Car, Fuller House, The Babysitter's Club, Full House, and Boy Meets World. Mark Anthony Samuel as Roger from A Man on the Inside, NCIS Los Angeles, and General Hospital. Colt Prats as Troy from This Is Us, Law and Order, Wiener and Wiener, which I think is a Law show, but I just put it in there because it's a fun title. And This Close. Hector David Jr. as Ricky from Power Rangers, East Los High, and Percy Jackson and the Olympians, The Lightning Thief. Maxwell Caulfield as Danny from Grease 2, American Horror Story, Castle, Modern Family, and Emmerdale Farm. Michael Gross as Stan from Family Ties, The Tremors franchise, Noel, Grace and Frankie, Suits, Psych, How I Met Your Mother, Parks and Rec. You'll recognize his face as soon as you see him. Beth Broderick as Lily. I'm not giving her acting credits. Maria Canals Barrera as Denise from The Wizards of Waverly Place, Camp Rock, voice actor for Danny Phantom and The Proud Family. Meredith Thomas as Jody from Make or Bake Christmas, Christmas in Vermont, and A Christmas in Royal Fashion. Rivka Reyes as Raquel. And this is where I'm like, I don't know who these people are that are now named. I don't think we actually got their names on screen. But Raquel is from A School of Rock, Action, Nat and the Cat, and A Holiday I Do. Dominique Domingo as Samantha from La La Land, The Accountant 2, and Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. Bella Shepherd as Shelby from Star Trek, Starfleet Academy, Orange is the New Black, A Girl Named Jo, and the iCarly reboot. Michael Gaglio as Mike from A Doggone Adventure, A Christmas in Vermont, $1 Million Lethal Listing, which is another HEDV horror crossover, and Lust in Space.
No, we don't talk about Lust in Space enough.
I mean, I'm surprised I didn't think of that sooner. The name's right there. So easy. Katie Amanda Keene as Riley from Criminal Minds, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Resilient Isles, and our favorite soap opera on this show, Passions. Chuck Spittler as Santa from Glee, Parks and Rec, and Miracle Workers. Adrian Gaeta as Dakota from The Acid Brotherhood, Knox Goes Away, and Joyful. And lastly, Gizmo Nolan, the dog, as Gizmo, and his only other acting credit was Love at First Lie.
Gizmo was fantastic.
Gizmo was pretty good.
Maybe the best acting in this movie.
I will challenge you on that one. Give me your overall thoughts on this show.
You know, at the end of the day, Laura, it is not performing that's important. It's who you perform for.
Oh, boy.
It was quite the movie.
Yeah, it was more than I was expecting. For me, Troy saved this show for me. Troy was my standout star. He got into the dancing. He committed 110%. Yeah, he was my favorite part. My question of the week was going to be, would you do a strip show to save your in-laws restaurant?
No.
Because Roger sure would.
Oh, Roger. I think the Netflix trailer last year, when it was like, ooh, this is coming out, made it seem like in my head Beth had a larger part than she did. For, you know, a mother whose venue is now basically a strip club, rather mild performance. They didn't give her much character to play with there.
Her and the dad were so bland. Like, they didn't drive the plot much at all because they were very much like, it's fine. Everything's fine. It will all be fine. Like, there was real no power behind them to help move things along.
Eggnog without the spice.
Any other thoughts, or should we get into it?
Let's get into it.
So when we do movies, I don't go quite as detailed with my notes, although we are at 16 pages of notes.
I was quite shocked.
And this is me kind of summarizing things. But anyway, So we start off in a city scene with people arriving at a theater and actors/dancers lining up backstage. The show starts and it's a Rockettes ripoff. And immediately I was like, they put the worst dancer in the center of this dance. That's totally unrealistic. She was also too short. She would have been on one of the ends for symmetry reasons.
And this is our main character, Ashley.
From the get-go, I was like, this is unrealistic. I don't believe this.
Also, those extras in the audience were really earning their paycheck. I was like, whoa, wow, look how amazing. They're kicking a normal kicking height.
And we zoomed in on somebody's foot in the audience for some reason. I thought somebody in the audience was going to be a big part of this. And I was like, oh no, that's just the random extra. The center dancer is talking to people after the show and is introduced to a girl that's joining the show next week. She says the center dancer, aka Ashley, is a legend. And I was like, with those moves? Ashley has to go talk to the boss before she leaves.
The new girl says, I think it's great that you guys are still at it after all these years. Foreshadowing much?
Jody fires Ashley because she's too old, but doesn't outright admit that. Ashley begs to finish the season, but Jody says no.
Ashley's excuses, she still eats off the kids' menu, so she's still very young.
This whole scene was so uncomfortable. As Ashley leaves the office, she runs into her replacement, Shelby, and tells her not to get old. Ashley sits on her couch watching another Christmas movie, and I think it's a Netflix one that has something about Prince in the title, like a Prince for Christmas or something. Ashley's mom calls her to say she and her dad are going to come visit Ashley for Christmas and to see her in the Jingle Bells show. Ashley instead says it's time for her to come home for a visit.
To the quaint small town we go.
And literally my next line is in all caps, says small town Christmas town. Ashley's taxi drops her off outside something called the Rhythm Room, which, if that's not the name of a strip club, she immediately gets tangled in garland that Chad Michael Murray is on a ladder trying to hang up. And this is where I was like, this is supposed to be super cheesy, stereotypical, and we're just going to lean into it and accept it. Okay. And they have a little meet cute.
From here on out, this entire movie, his hair looks very, very fake. There is something with his hair.
That is real Chad Michael Murray hair. Don't you diss Chad Michael Murray.
I'm just saying his hair is weird sometimes.
I think because they're still trying to style it as if it's the 90s.
They've bleached it, I think, at one point. The color changes throughout. Yeah. Who knows?
Ashley goes into the Rhythm Room and two men are at the bar trying to do a crossword puzzle. Her parents come out and hug her, then introduce her to Troy and Danny at the bar. I didn't know which one was Troy or Danny, and I didn't know this for a while. So one of them is already drinking alone at the bar. And I was like, I think it's 10 a.m., but okay. Another woman comes in, the landlord apparently, causing the guy drinking to leave because apparently he hates her. Ashley looks at newspaper clippings and pictures framed on the wall while nostalgic music plays. She tries to get a glass of water, but the water shoots straight up when she turns on the faucet. I don't know of any faucets that do that when broken, but apparently the plumbing just does that.
Troy, or the man who we know will be Troy, says the ones in the kitchen and the men's room are even worse.
They can't fix it because Denise, the landlord, keeps raising the rent, and Denise leaves right at this moment. They can't get any musicians to come play in their bar lately. Chad Michael Murray, aka Luke, comes in with his ladder. It's the nice young man that helps the parents with repairs. And with all the love to Chad Michael Murray, the word young is doing a lot of heavy lifting here. They introduce him to Ashley. She finds him annoying. She leaves, but slips on a wet spot on the floor. Ashley goes to a diner where her older sister is working, and of course her sister just bought the little spoon.
So she can try out her cookie recipes on unsuspecting members of the public.
Her family runs this town. Ashley's brother-in-law, Roger, says hi.
There's some back and forth there, and Roger has a nice line of, I'll admit the old tight end isn't so tight anymore. Speaking of his old football glory days.
I'm glad you picked that up, because when football comes in later, I'm like, when did we talk about football? Ashley and her sister sit at the counter to talk crap about the Jingle Bells. Ashley asks her sister why no bands want to play at the Rhythm Room. Her sister isn't worried, though. Ashley eats one of her sister's chocolate candy cane cookies, but Luke startles her in the middle of a bite, and she smears it all over her face.
And no one takes bites that large unless they want to choke to death. Like, it is a large cookie and she is fitting half of it in her mouth.
Also, the way she startled into the cookie and like wipes, like smears the cookie on her. It's so wild.
Some of these acting choices, like this cookie moment, the garland, like how it becomes entangled on her, where it's clearly like tossed in her direction.
I'm sure it's like, the on the nose, over the top, making fun of these types of movies. But like that cookie scene was just like, I feel like I need to bake some cookies and like recreate that scene to see if it's possible. Ashley also struggles to hold on to her napkin in the background. She just keeps like flinging it around. Ashley's sister asks Luke to give Ashley a ride home. Ashley protests, but Roger hands her food to go. Ashley leaves with Luke with cookies still all over her face.
Ashley's sister's reasoning is that she and Roger need to close up the shop. But it's the middle of the day and many patrons are still eating their food.
Oh, that's one of my biggest issues with this movie is the timing is all sorts of crazy. And I think it starts not this scene, but the next one. So they're in the car. The chocolate has disappeared in the next scene. They talk about their jobs or lack thereof. Luke thinks Ashley is a stripper at first. She clarifies that she's a Broadway dancer.
I laughed out loud and said, that's a stretch.
Yeah, the Rockettes don't perform on Broadway, do they? Because where's Radio City Hall is not on Broadway.
And it doesn't qualify as a Broadway house. And like, she's like off Broadway. Maybe.
Well, maybe the Jingle Bells do perform on Broadway for all we know in this alternate universe. Luke helps her parents because he loves the rhythm room and her parents. And I was like, oh, that's so convenient that he already loves the in-laws. Somehow the ride took hours because it's fully dark by the time Luke drops Ashley off at the house. And I'm like, this is a tiny little town. Should take like 5 minutes, but okay. They were both confused by the car ride and how they may be connected.
Enter into the sister's house where we meet the most adorable Muppet of a dog named Gizmo.
Did you watch the outtakes afterwards during the credits?
Yes. Gizmo won the outtakes as well.
It was so cute. I was fully expecting Gizmo to poop in the suitcase. He didn't. Spoiler alert. Ashley looks at all the framed pictures and newspaper articles that are also at her sister's house. At this point, I said we still haven't heard her sister's name. We're 17 minutes in, but I also know that's Marla Sokoloff, so I'm going with Marie. Also, I love my sister and only have framed photos of her where I am also in them or other family members are in them. I don't just have pictures of my sister. Do you have framed pictures of your individual siblings?
I do not.
I definitely don't have newspaper clippings about my sister framed in my house. Marie asks how Luke is. Marie wants them to hook up so Ashley can be happy. And they literally just met. Everybody needs to cool down. Ashley was happy when she was dancing and didn't even have time to think about dating. Marie points out that now she has time, but Ashley wants someone like a surgeon, like Marie dated before she married Roger. Marie admits that her ex was actually a stripper that just played a doctor. And I was like, what the heck does this have to do with anything? It does play into the next
building
scene.
The story arc.
It was real, like, we are forcing this square peg in this round hole. We're going to make this work. The next day, Ashley is back at the rhythm room, and she seems surprised that it's dead in the morning. She picks up mail about past due bills and startles a shirtless Luke under the bar. He asks her to help him by holding the faucet steady. He finishes fixing it, and now the faucet works perfectly.
And we get this classic line, teamwork makes the dream work.
Denise returns to the bar and asks to speak to Ashley's parents privately, but they're not there, so that doesn't matter, so she'll just tell Ashley instead. Denise has good news. A juice bar called Squeeze Me is willing to take over the lease on January 1st and pay the entire backlog. How is this location so desirable?
That's a huge location for a juice bar, too.
Yeah. Maybe they're doing more than just squeezing juice. Denise tells Ashley that they owe 6 months rent, plus maintenance, repairs, and interest for a total of $30,000. At which point I noticed that they could probably cut down on their utilities bills by not having string lights over every inch of ceiling.
Also, it seems like one of the problems is Denise isn't helping with any of the maintenance and repairs, and that's why we even have Luke around as a character to begin with.
Maybe it was like repairs at the beginning of them not paying. Maybe. And then she's just like, I'm not doing any more maintenance for you guys. And now they have to use Luke. Ashley says they're going to get new acts, but Denise says they need a doctor. And ping! Ashley remembers the conversation she had with Marie and says the rhythm room is going to get a male dance revue. It's gonna be a Christmas spectacular. Luke comes out from the back and Ashley introduces him as one of the men in the new act. He plays along when Denise questions him. Ashley doubles down by inviting Denise to the grand premiere. She gives it the name of The Merry Gentleman. Denise is excited to see it and leaves. Luke says he's not actually going to do this, but then Denise is going to think they're liars. She needs to revive the rhythm room. Ashley does, not Denise. Luke doesn't think male strippers are the answer. Ashley spells out the driving goal for us. She has until Christmas to raise $30,000 so our parents don't get evicted. Thank you for summing that up for us so plainly. She again asks Luke for his help, and he sighs. Ashley and Luke are now outside the rhythm room, looking up at the sign, and Ashley asks if he's ready. And now we're back inside the rhythm room, where Ashley is talking to Luke, Roger, and the bartender from earlier, Troy. They have 10 days to get ready. Side note, I like that their shirts were in the primary colors. That's what distracted me. The guys don't seem excited, but somehow they all signed up for this. We get a dance training montage, and I laughed so hard at the chair choreography. Troy gets into it, and Danny watches him. Roger tells him that he can join. All three men are practicing their dance moves while they go about their jobs. Marie takes measurements of Luke for his costume, and maybe too many measurements. Marie and Ashley pass out flyers on the street.
When we cut to Troy practicing his dance moves behind the bar, that bar looks busy in that scene, maybe more busy than the actual reviews we're about to see.
Right? They end a practice session, and Luke struggles to say something. He wonders if all the practicing is useless. Ashley tells him to dance with her. This is so bad. She gives him instructions and they start slow dancing as Roger and Troy watch. Ashley's parents walk in and watch them too. Ashley and Luke stare into each other's eyes. Suddenly, he knows exactly how to dance and he spins her and dips her. They stop and see all the people watching them. Ashley tells them all good luck and Troy and Roger giggle. They're getting the rhythm room ready for the show, and we see that it's $30 a ticket, at which pace they're going to need to sell 1,000 tickets in 9 days, so like over 100 tickets per day.
$30 for cover charge for the bar.
Yeah, I didn't take into account drinks.
But will be against fire code if they're aiming for those numbers.
I'm also not taking into account any other costs they're going to have to pay for during this time, like staff, alcohol, food, like, yeah.
The math, it's a struggle.
Ashley walks in on Luke breathing into a paper bag. He's very nervous. Ashley gives him a pep talk. She tells him to look into the audience and find a friendly face. And he guesses who that friendly face might be.
Gizmo, the dog.
That's next season when we have the all dog review. He calms down and tells her that she looks pretty. It's 15 minutes to showtime. The show starts. There's definitely not 100 people in that bar. They start on a construction set. Denise looks confused, but the women in the audience cheer. And Luke has on underwear that say Naughty Elf. Denise congratulates Ashley after the show. It was great. She also congratulates Luke and gives him her number before leaving. I mean, I feel like there was a solution right there to get Denise to forgive the debt, but okay. Ashley's mom and dad say they haven't made that much in one night in years. And I was like, there were like 30 people in that bar. They haven't had more than 30 people in one night in years? Okay. Luke proposes a toast to Ashley. She gets close to Luke, but Roger chimes in and they all shout for her. People start to leave and Luke gives Ashley a gift to remember him by. And that's where I was like, wait, are we only doing this for one night? Why do we have a gift to remember him by already? And it's a necklace with a wreath on it since they met when she got tangled in a wreath. And it was actually garland, but whatever.
I'll forever be grateful to that wreath for pulling you into my life.
I know these shows are not known for their great writing, but oh man. Okay. I know that's the whole joke is that they're kind of bad writing and they're kind of cheesy. He does the classic put the necklace on the girl move and offers to walk her home. Ashley and Luke are walking home after grabbing some pizza and talk about past relationships. Luke was married for a while, but it was a disaster. He moved to this town for her, but she left. It's the best thing he could ask for. Ashley wishes she knew what to ask for or who to ask. Luke gets an idea and takes Ashley to see Santa, who is out surprisingly late because remember, the all-male strip show has just ended. The bar has closed. Santa is still out on the street.
And boy, does he look like he's out on the street. His suit is so bedraggled. Like, where's the paper bag with the drink?
Honestly, maybe this is not a bad money-making job. Maybe we set up a Santa outside the bars after closing out and charge drunk people.
Doesn't matter what Santa looks like because people won't know.
We charge drunk people to take pictures with Santa. I think that could be a business thing. An elf hands them Santa hats that probably have lice, and they sit by Santa and take a picture. They're walking some more, and Luke gets Ashley to open up about how she found teaching them to be unexpectedly enjoyable, and she doesn't miss performing anymore. It's been 5 days. You're over your lifelong career. Good for you.
That spirit of Christmas.
They stare into each other's eyes some more.
He mentions she got him to take his shirt off for half the town. So we are in Sycamore Creek, population 60-ish.
Ashley is updating their money goal blackboard and puts that they raised $2,200 that first night. And I said they must have jacked up the drink prices because there were not over 70 women in that bar.
70 being very, very generous.
Yeah. Like, I know the bar kind of has like a part by the stage and kind of like a back half with booths. There were not people back there.
There were not.
Ashley asks if her mom can make her old bouche de Noël again for the future shows. It's a strip show, like a Yule log cake. Actually, maybe nothing does a strip show like a Yule log cake.
I mean, they have a common denominator.
Oh, we get a baking montage, and I cringed so much when I saw them trying to roll that cake and it just cracked. I'm like, okay, we're just gonna keep rolling it. Okay. I don't think we ever see that cake again or reference that cake.
We did not.
So I don't know what the point of this was other than to show maybe mother-daughter bonding time. Ashley and her mom are at the diner. Her mom is reminiscing about little Ashley singing and dancing on the stage at the Rhythm Room. Wonder if they'd like her to sing and dance on the stage now that she's changed what it's all about. Ashley can't imagine life without it. Mom leaves after hugging Marie, who has the first review for the show. It's positive. The cab driver from when Ashley first arrived dances into the diner and she goes to ask him to strip for people.
My sister and I were just wondering, how do you feel about rhinestones? We will never see a rhinestone in this entire show. And then cookie watch, because apparently we need a cookie watch for every scene, is eggnog snickerdoodles.
I could, and I would make chocolate candy cane cookies. Which they weren't chocolate based. They were like regular, like chocolate chip cookie base and had like chocolate chips in them. It should be a chocolate cookie with candy canes in it. I don't know how I feel about eggnog snickerdoodles.
I think it could work. Or you just eat a snickerdoodle and you dip it in your eggnog.
If I make them, will you eat them?
Baking montage, Lauren Skye edition. Go!
We skip to the next show and Ricky is now in it. They're doing a country/line dance routine this time. I think there's more people in the bar, but still not 100. And the women who are there go crazy. Now it's December 18th and it's 80s night. There's a line outside the Rhythm Room. Troy is living his best life on stage, and the room is definitely fuller now. And there is a terrifying Mrs. Claus decoration in the back of the scene.
They've also started, and you'll notice it continuing on from here. The routine just starts completely with them shirtless. There's like no strip routine tease anymore to kick things off. It's just, here you go. No shirts.
Sometimes I put clothes back on.
Yeah.
Which is a twist.
Reverse. Uno reverse.
Again, business idea. The more you pay them, the more clothes they put on. The next night, the show is sold out. But Roger got injured when he slipped and fell on the ice. And this is where he says something about like, oh, I sprain my ankle all the time during football. And I was like, okay. He can't do the show. Luke pops his head out to look at the main room and scans how many people are out there. How can they do the routine with 3 guys?
Arguably, that is a small stage. The routine should be easier with one less body, not harder.
You would think. They start dancing and immediately run into each other because they don't have the 4th guy. The music cuts and they go backstage to regroup.
Luke says, do me a favor and don't lose your shirts. Because we will. They're already shirtless. Like, lies.
Troy says they should cancel and refund everyone, but Luke dramatically points at the fundraising board that shows they raised a little under $10,000. They can't give up. And suddenly Danny comes backstage to join the show, even wearing Roger's outfit. I'm glad he's the same size as Roger. He knows the courier from watching them all day, every day. I was like, that's a little creepy. This man just sits in the bar during the day and watches these men rehearse. Okay. The show restarts with the 4 men and goes successfully this time with lots of sexy removing of suspenders. I'm not sure how I would feel if I paid for a Roger and got Danny, but at least Chad Michael Murray's still in there and Troy. At the end, this is where they put the shirts on, and the hottest Chad Michael Murray looks in this show is when he has the button-up shirt done and the tie on.
When he is clothed.
When he is fully clothed. More dancing and money goal blackboard updating montage. That's the entire bullet point on that one. The men are being interviewed by the local news about their show, and Luke compliments Ashley on TV.
I can only imagine how proud your families must be, says the news lady, while actively grimacing at them.
And Luke and Roger give each other a look and shrug or something. I don't know. Apparently, this is delayed airing because Troy is also in the diner and on TV at the same time. And he pays his bill and tells Ashley he hasn't seen Luke that happy in a long time. His wife leaving him destroyed him. Ashley asks what happened, and Troy dishes that they had settled in town, but then his fiancée changed her mind and wanted to move back to the city. Ashley can't believe he used to live in the city.
City boy, what?
Marie then comes out with Luke's lunch and no one to deliver it to him. Ashley takes it, but she knows Marie and Troy are in cahoots. Marie tells Ashley to take her car. Ashley arrives at the barn, and my first thought was, that looks like Mutt's barn from Schitt's Creek. She looks around at his workshop and all the woodworking he has done. And yes, I phrased it that way on purpose. Ashley hands him his lunch and snoops at something under a tarp. It's a table with a winter scene carved into the side. Luke is actually looking forward to Christmas this year. He just needed the right inspiration. A slow song plays on the radio, and Luke asks Ashley to dance. And I almost typed Mutt when I was typing up my notes, because I was still thinking about Schitt's Creek. He pulls her in close, and there's more eye gazing, and then some snuggling. They touch noses, and he spins her, then dips her, and they kiss. But really kiss. They stop with some lame excuses about his sandwich getting cold, and Ashley leaves.
About his woodworking barn, there are several garlands near the power tools. I would not decorate your woodworking barn near your power tools, especially given how terrible he is at keeping the garland where it should be, as we learned in the first scene. That's an accident or a chopped finger waiting to happen when that garland falls.
I mean, your scroll saw just wants to look pretty for Christmas.
I guess so.
Ashley arrives backstage at the rhythm room and caresses Luke's outfit for the night.
She caresses the tool belt that says Lucky Luke.
So awkward. The goal blackboard shows $23,000 raised. Ashley's phone rings, and it's Jody. There's an emergency, and Jody needs Ashley to come back immediately. Her replacement has burned out already. It's been a week, maybe 10 days at this point. And the understudy is out with flurona. Have you heard that term before?
No, but it makes sense.
You have the flu and COVID at the same time?
Or it's like you're just so sick and you don't know if it's the flu or COVID, and availability to vaccines and testing in this country sucks now.
Do you like flurona or fluvid better?
I think I like flurona.
Because nobody calls it corona. Everybody calls it COVID. Anyway,
That's true.
The producers are going to give her a 25% raise in a 3-year contract. I'm sorry, she's too old now. It's going to be way worse in 3 years. Ashley is very tempted and agrees to come back. But Jody tells her she needs her back tomorrow night on Christmas Eve. Ashley didn't think it would be so soon and needs some time to think about it. She hangs up and touches the wreath necklace from Luke.
And of course she needs to be back so soon. This gig is 3 weeks total, according to the marquee we see at the very front. What is she doing the rest of the year?
That's what I was wondering. Do the Rockettes do stuff that's not during Christmas?
I don't know.
If you're a Rockette, let us know. Maybe she's a Broadway dancer during the rest of the year. Maybe that's where her Broadway dancer line comes from.
Maybe.
Yeah. I'm being very generous here.
Very.
Ashley goes into the bar to talk to her dad and tells him about the call. Her mom joins and Ashley gives them the details. Her dad says he hopes she told them where to stick it, but Ashley told them she wasn't sure. Her parents are disappointed. Ashley doesn't seem that excited, but she covers by saying she was just really looking forward to spending Christmas with them. Her dad tells her she only ever talked about being a jingle bell when she was little, and her mom says they can manage without her. She has to live her life for her. I was very confused by the dad, because at first he's like, well, obviously you're not going back. And then at the end of the scene, he's like, well, it's all you ever really wanted to do, so of course you're going back.
These two are just like pushovers and just go with the flow. Oh, like, oh, Denise is demanding this money. Oh, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Oh, my good daughter's actually going to go do this. Oh, okay, whatever.
I'm surprised their rhythm room has lasted this long. This thing should have been shut down decades ago. Ashley walks down the street and texts Jody that she'll come back. I'm like, I feel like that's a phone call thing. Okay, sure, we're texting now. Backstage at the rhythm room, Luke is getting ready and Ashley breaks the news that she's leaving for good. He's confused. Luke touches her wreath necklace and starts to ask her, what about, but stops when the other men come into the room. He announces that Ashley is leaving. They're all sad, but she knows the show will go on with or without her. She can't lose everything she's worked for. Troy drops the what about everything we worked for bomb, and Luke walks out.
And it's either Troy or Luke. I like if it's Troy personally, that mutters under their breath, city girls are all the same.
She's from a little town. So why does she become a city girl? Because she moved from a little town to a city.
Because she hasn't been back. She's purposely not come back.
Okay. Ashley chases Luke out of the bar. He did all of this for her, and now she's just gonna leave. He was starting to fall for her, but she showed him who she really is before he did. Wow. He leaves her standing outside while he goes back inside. It was like, what was the point of him getting his coat and scarf on to go outside only to go back inside? Ashley is sitting in her room by herself and crying. She calls Luke, but it goes straight to voicemail. Ashley arrives at the rhythm room the next morning with her luggage to say goodbye to her family. Marie asks if Ashley has talked to Luke, but he won't answer her. Maybe he just needed time to process everything. Marie tells her to try harder. What else is she supposed to do? Okay. She knows Ashley has feelings for him, and she has to tell him. They walk out talking about Luke, and surprise, Luke was underneath the table in the bar the whole time, and he heard everything.
Gotta fix those loose screws.
For some reason, a lot of time has passed. Again, these cars, they move so slowly. It was morning in the rhythm room, and now it's dark out when Ashley is getting in the taxi, and Ricky's not driving it this time. The men are practicing on stage with Luke trying to lead them. Also, they're practicing. It's now dark. I know it gets dark at like 5. I feel like this should have been an earlier in the day thing. Whatever. They're practicing on stage, and Luke is trying to lead them. They start fighting about who is messing up. Luke tries to get them to focus again, and then they start arguing about Luke, thinking he's in charge. But tonight is their last night, and if they don't do well, the rhythm room will be gone forever. Troy asks Luke if he's okay and if it's really the show that he's worried about.
And I think this is the first time we finally hear the parents' names of Stan and Lily after, an hour and 15 minutes of this movie.
I'm pretty sure. Cut to a scene of Ashley stuck in the cab in traffic.
And this is bumper to bumper traffic, and she is in a taxi that says Sycamore Creek City Taxi. Did we just not establish this is a very, very tiny town? Where did this traffic come from? That it would be bumper to bumper.
Everybody's going into the big city for Christmas Eve.
Rhythm room is sold out, so
all the locals are leaving and the out-of-towners are coming in. Cars are going everywhere. Women arrive at the rhythm room and the last performance starts. Ashley is still in traffic when the song from earlier in the barn starts playing on the radio. The dance is also still going on when Luke comes out and stops the music. Everyone looks confused. He starts to walk off the stage when Ashley walks in. What is the timing of this freaking show? Don't understand any of this. He sees her and the music starts up again. Now he can finally do his strip dance that she's here. All the men come out to dance and Danny, bless his heart, is trying his best in the back. Ashley might not know that she herself should not be in the middle, but she knows that you should place Danny in the back. She knows that much.
Danny has aged out of doing this.
The dance ends and Luke goes to talk to Ashley. She couldn't get on the plane, and now there's a plane involved. I thought this little town was just outside of the big city. She told Jody no. He tells her how much the show means to him, and he's so glad he found her. And they kiss. She asks for his forgiveness and he kisses her again, then lifts her up into his arms, and they make out in the middle of the bar with everyone around, including all the women that just watched the show, and he's still shirtless. It's Christmas Day. Luke's table is at the rhythm room with food and dishes on it. All the men, Marie, the parents, and Ashley are there.
And that cute Muppet dog Gizmo.
Get Gizmo all the screen time. Ashley puts a plastic container by her plate, and I thought that was something, but it's not anything. It doesn't come back. I was like, oh, we're going to see the cake. She then unveils the money blackboard. They raised just over $30,000.
She says the rhythm room will be around for many Christmases to come, but the $30,000 was literally to just get them out of the current hole. Are they moving to year-round stripping? Does the troupe name change for every holiday season? So are we going like into Easter with like Playboy bunnies?
I think they have to. I think this is just what the rhythm room now is. This is what it was always meant to be with that name, and they just never let it become what it was supposed to become. And now it's finally what it was meant to be all along.
In a true Christmas fashion.
Oh, every small town needs a male strip club. They all toast with champagne when Denise walks in. Ashley walks up to her and hands her an envelope that looks like it's just full of cash. That is a thick envelope. Denise apologizes for underestimating her. Ashley invites Denise to join their Christmas dinner. And I was like, is this when the Cratchits invite Scrooge to dinner?
And the Grinch carved the roast beast.
We're in our final scene. Ashley and Luke are walking in the middle of the road and talking. She is staying in Sycamore Creek. Being on stage doesn't matter if you're not with the people you love. They hold hands and look at the giant Christmas tree. They decide to talk about favorite Christmas memories, and we still don't get any backstory on Luke, but they've known each other for like 3 weeks, so I guess they know everything important.
Do you have a favorite Christmas memory, she asks. I do. Which one? This one. Kiss. And then the entire family comes out and just stands in the background watching them make out. Yet
She
again.
knows. Do we even know this man's last name? Does he have siblings?
Carpenter. Obviously, it's Luke Carpenter.
How old? When is his birthday? What's his favorite? I don't think we know anything about this man.
He could be a serial killer. This could turn into a Lifetime movie real quick.
She's the serial killer. She's the one trafficking the men.
Oh, yeah.
For her sex show.
Very PG sex show.
Very PG.
The naughty elf brief glimpse of underwear was as risque as we got there.
It was rated TV 14. Oh, she's going to turn into the pimp.
And the family taking over the town continues.
Yes. Do you want to finish off with your final quote?
Started off with it, gotta finish with it. Remember, folks, it's not the performing that's important. It's who you perform for.
And we perform for all of you.
Dance, monkey, dance.
Oh, boy. Any last thoughts on this one, Skye?
It was a holiday movie.
It was fun. It was cheesy.
I've definitely seen worse.
Yes, definitely seen worse. If I didn't have to type up notes for it, it would have been a good one to just kind of like turn my brain off and consume content. Definitely not saying don't watch it. Watch it if you just want to have a silly time. The next one we're going to do is going to be Holiday in Handcuffs. So we're going to throw it back to 2006, where Sabrina and AC Slater star in a Christmas movie together. An ABC family movie.
And this was suggested by one of our listeners, right?
Yeah. One of our listeners wrote in and said, I don't know if you've already decided what you're going to do, but I suggest this one. And I've already started watching a bit of it before we start recording this. And I am so excited to talk about it.
Gain that Lifetime movie flair, it sounds like.
Yes. It's very good. It's not very good. It's going to be very fun to talk about. Let me rephrase. In the meantime, please like, share, rate, and subscribe to this podcast. You can email us at somethingwitchypod@gmail.com. You can follow us on Instagram at somethingwitchypod and TikTok at something.witchy.pod. Until next time,
stay magical.